round number 2. Let's go. Artemis Station is the map, which is a pretty cool map. Still having more potential for more there, I'm pretty sure. But it's the first map that is not just some asteroids or some ugly shipwrecks. The first civilized map, if you want to say so. As it's one big space station. And that is quite cool. And I'm looking forward to more maps like this in the future. Maybe some gigantic... Yeah. Like, we have some moon surface maps and so on as well. But it's a pretty simple map in points. 2 points on the sides, 1 point on top. Station also, obviously, is rather simple. But it still gives enough cover. You can still hide in here. Can hide down here. Can go around the ring and stay in cover, can run around this and stay in cover. But obviously you can also fight out in the open. No, I don't think I ended the prediction.
Thanks for all the high quality SD2 casts.
Space. 4XD did one win there. Thanks for the subscription, Wildstar. Welcome back. And yeah, more casts coming up. Was Steel Division for sure. And also, yeah, right now for Nebulous. So, let's see who will win this. Will 4XD win against the UNN? As UNN is coming in. 4XD already won the last game. Both sides. The UNN got a free win in the first round, as sadly their opponents dropped out. So we had to give the one freebie for the tournament. But now we are on Artemis Station. And the battle is on. Why is it still on the screen? Okay. So UNN coming in red. Over here. Let's see what this fleet is out. It's a lot of small ships here, but they are escorting one big gun battleship. And that's what's on the other side as well, right? We have the Gift of Fire, one big gun battleship. So big gun battleship seems to be in fashion at the moment. Then we had there's one missile light cruiser that got the kill on the enemy battleship last time. And then we have one gun light cruiser already eking out for B. On the other side, only a small little Eland corvette going towards B. That won't end well for it if it goes in there directly. One UNN Spider, another Eland ship I would suppose. Yes, another Eland ship going around towards C. And then on the other side, the missile frigates already under fire. Have to be careful. Trying to get jamming on target, it seems like. Escorting the big battleship over here. That is having to move up if it wants to fire onto the enemy battleship. Obviously frigates might want to move out of the way. 2 E-Warfare and point defense frigates around on the other side as well. This one only for E-Warfare. Once UNN Spider is moving into position. Hellhound has to be careful. Doesn't really want to move into B. As the red sky in morning is jumping in here. But the big battle will be between the big pirate and the Gift of Fire. Gift of Fire already spitting out a lot of that. Making it slightly problematic for these frigates to stay around here. But battleship on battleship action now is in fashion, it seems. First shots here. Oh, no. Both sides hitting each other's frigates is what is in fashion here. Okay. This frigate getting some of it as well. Yeah, the skybox shows that it is a custom map. Not quite perfect yet. You have a big space door. But the station itself is looking cool. The planet is a nice background. And this sky elevator is cool as well. And I really like... I'm looking forward to more fancy designs like this in the future of this game. Really showing you what kind of potential this has for modding. Obviously. Yeah. More cleaner cut shapes than in Asteroid Field. But still, I would say the cover is still there. Like, these ships could stay behind this to take cover. And maybe move around the edge, move around, get behind the enemy. But they're staying in the open, and I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I guess they want to go into Alpha. B is captured by the Red Sky in the morning. The Hellhound has to be careful, but point C will be captured by the Spider, so that should equalize it. And then, here we go. Rain missiles coming in. Active decoy going out. And the Auroras also doing their part. And the Rains go for the decoy. And there's enough AA around to be able to stop this. But battleship on battleship action is on now. The big pirate is shooting. And more Rains coming out. Over here. But active decoy plus Auroras seem to be good enough for now. Keep this ship safe. Whilst on the other side... Okay, no, that's also just flares. But when will the missiles fly the other way around? Ooh. Oh, no! Oh, absolute disaster. The stage 3 missiles did hit into the wall here. Not able to move around quick enough. Well, that's disastrous. Ships not perfectly positioned. Yeah, they should have been aiming up. Oh, those are beam destroyers, actually. I missed that part. I thought those were frigates. But it's actually beam destroyers. Okay. Meanwhile, on the other side, missiles going out. But where are they going? Okay, this one is for sure is not on target. These ones here hit into the wall as well. Okay. Ah. Their warheads though have enough maneuverability to come around. The Stephen S. Erlin gets hit. Noble Arrow. Old Tail. And yeah. Getting all hit. The hub pilot. Shooting onto something somewhere. I'm not quite sure what they're shooting at. For sure not the enemy. And the Aurora's doing a good job as well. Big Pirate diving away right now. Away from the enemy missiles. So both sides' missiles so far not super effective. But some shots have landed on the Gift of Fire. Not sure if the Big Pirate has taken any damage yet. It doesn't seem that way. And the beam destroyers are diving now. 2 points versus 1 point. Is currently the score here. But the Red Sky in the morning has found its first victim. The Hellhound obviously can't do much against 4 fast firing, rapid firing guns. So got taken out there. First victim of this action. It's the Rains not hitting the target here. Other side shooting flares and active decoys. And the Aurora's just way too good for this to get through. Now, some thanks for playing stage a hybrid missile coming in, but they are getting hit in the Aurora's whilst they're still in their slow setup. And on the other side, the stage 3 missiles going out as well. And the Aurora's get the stage 3 missiles on the other side. Or they can get on target. Maybe shooting on the wrong target here. Heat from fire. Maybe not the perfect target for these missiles. Because it had to fly by the Auroras of the other 2. Ooh. The anti-missile missiles here running into some objects. Leaving these missiles to hit their target this time. The cap killers. Not going for a capital ship this time around though. But this beam destroyer might be out for today. That might not be going on for too much longer. Battleship in action again. Onto another beam destroyer that tried to come around. And the light cruiser from up top is coming around. Battleship not in a position to shoot back onto it. Not in a position to help out the light cruisers. Blue team currently outmaneuvering the red team for sure. As there are now missiles going in the other direction. Red sky in the morning on the fire. Has to be careful. But the rains don't find the target here. Ah, or they find it in the end. Okay. Sensors did find it in the end, but the AA is too good. The one that could have hit did miss slightly, but it did miss. And the battleship currently not in the spot. Okay, now trying to get around here. First couple of shots landing on this light cruiser. Light cruiser can't take this for too long, but question is, can it maybe take out one of the enemy's destroyers before that happens? The beam destroyers here now desperately trying to get onto something. Obviously beams on a battleship really effective. Question is, can they get there beforehand? Battleship starting to hit up the light cruiser here. So far all systems still seem to be functional though. So the missiles will have a hard time. A lot of spray and spray around them. First one misses, second one gets shut down. But damage is coming in. The first turret already out of action. The battleship is starting to do its deed. On the other hand, beam destroyers getting hit up. Red side still with the advantage on points. The spider being a spotter from over here. Though the Ninth-Tails Fox and the Prometheus could come maybe in to do some work here as well. And at the same time, missiles also still hitting these beam destroyers. That doesn't look healthy at all. The Hub Rild already out. Noble Arrow got hit hard earlier on as well. So yeah, these beam destroyers seem to be having a rough time. Hub Rild is out. Goldtail also got hit hard here. Has no bridge currently in service. So it seems like it's all down to the enemy battleship. I don't think that can do the action. Red sky in the morning. Getting peppered. A lot of shots landing on top of it. This should be going down relatively soon. There's not... yeah, a lot of systems now starting to fall. And taking 11 guns onto you. 11 450mm guns. Every shot means that you go down pretty quickly here in this fire. But the question is, what else is around there? The missiles trying to go for destroyers again. Okay, they changed target. They were going for the Noble Arrow. Noble Arrow is back in service, but the Goldtail gets hit instead. And that one is not going anywhere. Getting hit by the battleship as well, obviously. And that's not a healthy business. Maybe... yeah, maybe you should stay down with the big pirate here. I'm not a big fan of the big pirate getting out of cover because it can't start shooting at the Gift of Fire. It has to finish this shift off first. So I don't know why it gets its way in the line of fire of the Gift of Fire. Especially as these ships are now taken out, so the only worthwhile target for the Gift of Fire to shoot at is this battleship. Okay, changing target now though. Okay, it seems to be time for the battleship on battleship action. But the assets on the side of the blue team for sure are better. So its battleship got hit before, and now the first salvo is once more on the red side's team. Or team side. Getting a couple of hits there. Not too many. But the Noble Arrow... Can it get its beam online again? That would be massive. Ooh. Okay. Just slightly out of range of the explosion here. Nine-tailed fox and Prometheus still in Nestie's position. Spider trying to go in here, but the Prometheus could be spotting it, could be killing it. Obviously getting 3 points versus 0 points would be good in the scoring part. Oh, they started without time limit. That's not great. Gift of Fire getting shot here. 45-minute time limit is supposed to be in place. I didn't... Yeah, I just realized that. But I don't think this game will go this long. I feel like there will be a decision made relatively soon. Another big explosion. This time it looks like... Yeah. The Noble Arrow was too close to that one. Got damaged by this. That's the Gift of Fire. Now is doing the gun duel. Over here. Both sides shooting each other up. Heat from Fire shooting some more missiles into the Noble Arrow. Oh no, what are they going for? Okay, they're switching target. Not quite what was intended for them, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they were supposed to go for the Noble Arrow. Spider now trying to go for B. Prometheus, only weapon against that. No weapons against that, okay. Can't do anything about that. 236 points and ticking. Big Pirate moving down south. Trying to get into a better spot here. Getting some shots onto the enemy. Calm down there, maybe killing off a light cruiser. Finally. Oh, okay, the Red Sky in the Morning got finished. Okay, first one is out. That's good. And now the Big Pirate has to be careful about what to do next. Heat from Fire. I'd want to get some missiles in here. Meanwhile, the nine-tailed fox going into C. Wondering why Gift of Fire is not shooting up the Noble Arrow. Should have sensors on it. It's pretty close. Okay, it's coming around now. Point B now getting taken as well. And the Big Pirate is shooting up onto the Prometheus. That would be a good take. That would be a really good take. Really good victory here. That could be taken out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Shots coming through here. Prometheus getting hit. UNN Noble Arrow moving around. Trying to get into C point to contest the nine-tail. Heat from Fire. Trying to go up top, but that's not the move. Why is... I'm not quite sure what this battleship is doing. Did it take some critical damage? Like, I don't quite get the moves. Why do you move your ships all into the line of fire of the enemy battleship without doing anything about it? I would guess this ship doesn't have many missiles left, but this is still a questionable decision. Comet getting taken, but... yeah, eating battleship shots like this is not so nice. And the Gift of Fire is just not using its guns on anything. The Noble Arrow would be something you could shoot up. You have line of sight on it. What is going on here? I mean, there were only gun hits so far. Like, every damage should be something you can repair. This is interesting, chat. This is interesting. Really wondering what's the problem here right now. Or if there's a problem. Or if it's just not the most amazing maneuvering. Because the guns are also all showing in the wrong direction. So even if you start aiming, you will still take some time to get some damage. There's no pre-aim here. Comet has been taken at least. But red team is far ahead in points. Red team is far ahead in points. Okay, battleship on battleship action on once more. Gift of Fire getting its guns on target onto the big pirate. The big pirate also hitting back, hitting first. Once more. Obviously wants to get its broadside on target here as well. Both sides maneuvering for that. And more rotation would be needed for that. Okay. Top turrets here not able to shoot back just yet, whilst on the other side all the frontal turrets are shooting. 8 guns versus 3 currently. That's not good for the Gift of Fire. Needs to rotate so it can use its other turrets as well. But that's not what it's doing right now, and that way it will lose this action. 8 guns will beat out 3 guns, no questions asked. So blue team needs to be careful here. Needs to get into spots. Well, it's the battleship here. This battleship action should be really one-sided now, as it's 11 guns nearly. Okay, the rear gun not quite able to fire just yet, but yeah, maneuvering around now. Getting behind cover again. One hit in the rear. Where are the upper turrets? Okay, this... why did it not turn further so that it could shoot with its 8 guns on top either? Gift of Fire now for sure hurt. Quite a couple of hits in. Point defense is partially deactivated, for example. But point defense is not too important. The other side doesn't have too many missiles. Noble Arrow has its beam again though. And that's not great for the 9-tailed fox. As this beam will be able to take out the 9-tailed fox. The one important repair. Or no. Oh, it actually doesn't have its beam. Okay. It actually doesn't have its beam. Looked like it, but because everything else is so black as well, I didn't see that it is still steaming here. That's the signal that it is not functional. Okay, but the 9-tailed fox is running away, giving up this point. Okay. That's not what you want to do here. Well, that's the UNN big pirate is maneuvering again. Get into a better position to maybe hit the Gift of Fire, which is still having issues with its positioning of the guns. Okay, rotating around now though. Getting all its guns on target this time. What's the other side? This time might only have 8 available. Not sure why the UNN Big Power didn't keep taking the engagement it took before. Because that was a really good one. This one might be worse.
The enemy secured Zone Comet.
I'm trying to get into a position where it now can use all its guns as well, but the first salvo is on the side of Gift of Fire this time. Okay, here we go. Returning fire. Not too accurate. Gift of Fire for sure this time, having the better shots. Obviously, if you can take out an enemy turret, whoever takes out the 3-barrel turret first will have a major advantage in here. So every salvo like this is dangerous. You can take out, or obviously if you can take out the bridge or the fire control, that would be massive as well. But taking out turrets is what would reduce the enemy rate of fire in a more linear way. Okay, some major hits around here. Some for sure venting damage slots on both sides now. And this is a pretty simple fight now. Both sides just beating each other up with big space guns. Ooh, yeah, has to rotate here now. Main gun's not wide on target here for the UNN ship. UNN has more points though, so they don't need to take the fight here. Getting more shots on target again. As I said, obviously hitting the bridge would be a massive deal. But that's not what is happening here. On the other side, some point defenses getting killed off as well. So both sides seem to have taken equal damage by now. The Heart of Fire still up in the north. On the top of the space station. What can be done here? Big Pirate versus Gift of Fire. It's a bit of a classic way. Battleship on battleship action. Total War Total War Empires style, or Empire Total War style. Just beating each other up with big guns till one side yields. But there's still obviously some strategy and maneuvering. Red side just has to keep the point, so blue side has to move in somewhere. I'm surprised the Heat of Fire is not moving anywhere. And the Nine-Tailed Fox, Prometheus also in interesting spots. Team still offline here. Only this gun turret still, the gun turrets still seem to be alive, but the question is, do they still have ammo? Spider can't do much about this either. That's the Big Pirate. Is sitting around on the bottom of this whole mess, waiting for the Gift of Fire to come around. Okay. Here we go. Battleships maneuvering into position. Who gets the first shot? Would say the Big Pirate might be the one. Or is it perfectly timed on both sides? Okay, it's basically perfectly timed on both sides. It's also nearly a knife fight now. Nearly knife fighting distance now. Both sides hitting each other up badly. Like, this is an RNG battle now. But that's because they didn't use their other tools too well. Red doing it a bit better at the moment when it comes to capturing points, but yeah, everything else is basically down and out. No missiles left. No guns left on the other ships, really. Battleship on battleship. Who will take out the other's guns first? Okay, one gun turret is down here on the blue ship. Blue ship in trouble with that. What you can do is maybe maneuvering so that the enemies can't rotate after you, but you also have to be careful that you can still rotate. And also at the same time, don't get hit too much. Like crossing the T and stuff can work here as well. But doesn't look like red can rotate with its turrets fast enough to follow up the move it's making. Whilst blue's guns still have some shots here. Yeah, this is looking better for blue. Even though red is doing the move kinda. But blue's turrets for sure so far the ones that still did get more shots off. Whilst this maneuvering is happening. Oh boy, who is winning this? Who has more damage control teams? I would expect blue, as red has more support chips. So I would say blue either has more, has a higher rate of fire or a better damage control and more repairs on board, which would make it hard for the blue ship. Yeah, blue trying to maneuver now. 6 guns on the target. Other side only shooting with 3. Okay, 3 guns. The 2 rear turrets peppering each other. Let's flip it around so that we see these ships in their form. Rear gun turrets shooting each other up. Okay, rate of fire seems to be pretty equal as well. But now the bottom turret over here open up fire again on the other side. Okay, that same happening now there as well. Drive seems to be, one of the drives seems to be out now. That's also what both sides, I guess, hit on each other now. Yeah, same thing over here. Okay. Trying to turn around, trying to get the other turrets up maybe as well. If blue seems to be in a better spot to get the other turrets up again. The rotation of the Gift of Fire doesn't seem to be perfect, but obviously that takes some time with a battleship. If you can get all 11 guns on target again here, that would be massive. It would be massive. And red is still in the advantage when it comes to picking points. But that's also because blue somehow gave C up. I don't know why blue ran away from C point. Didn't make much sense in my eyes. Let's see who wins here. Still 3 guns versus 3 guns. Frontal guns here, not able to get on target. Rotation, not quite perfect. Maybe a bit more maneuvering here could be done with manual, with the controls. Seems like these are just on tech orders instead of roll or heading orders. But massive gun hits here. So turrets all still active. Turrets all still active. Both sides hitting each other's drives, mostly at the moment. But even the drives are still seemingly active. So, no one is dead in the water. Obviously, shooting down the enemy's drive could also allow you then to position yourself in a way that the enemy can use minimal guns as possible, but you can use all yours. So, let's see. Should be hot. Should be hot. Danger area around here. I like these little do not paint and so symbols. Stuff that you have on normal modern ships as well. Okay. Lol. Ramming is happening. Pushing this ship around. Interesting. I don't think that's what we want to do though. This allows all the guns to come back online. Yeah. Thrusters on both ships seem to be dead, but that was not a good move. Because that allowed all the guns to come back in here. Well, on the other ship though. Okay, yeah, that's the idea here, it seems. Trying to push the enemy ship around. And that was not the way you wanted. Okay, this is more the way you might want to. Okay. Ramming is the business now. Rear turret on the big pirate has been taken out. All 11 guns on the other ship currently in service. And seems like now there is a position where the gift of fire can shoot while it's not being shot at. Turret rotation here is rather slow. Rear turret being taken out doesn't help. And yeah, red can just now abuse the turret rotation speed of the blue ship and stay out of line of sight here. Blue ship is trying to maneuver as well, but not having an easy time. Though 700 points by now have been taken up for the team in red. Massive battle happening. Okay. Beam Ahoy loses against cabin crew. Both sides now have rotated around. Rear turret is back in action. Now the frontal turret has been shut down though. And not much damage has been dished out to the other team right now. So this is not a good time for the big pirate. And ramming seems to be the order here again. Another turret now taken out? No. But yeah, wonder if how many repair teams each side has left. 734 points. More ticking up. But if this is lost, then blue team should be able to take all the points basically. So this red ship has to survive for quite a bit longer. I don't know if that's happening. Blue now losing another turret. Now only shooting with 2 guns. That's not what you want to have happen. Bottom turret not able to shoot the enemy down right now. Thrusters seem to be hit up pretty badly over here. Both sides seemingly have hit each other's cluster pretty well. Well, active decoy coming out here now. What's the reins is coming in. Yeah, thrusters trying their best to help out here. That's not good enough. Okay, frontal turret back online. But some other issues seem to be on there. Okay. Lol. Bumpy. Lemon Man. Going around. Is ammo really the deciding factor now? Is that what's happening here now? Did they run out of ammo at the same time as well? Well, then it's a red win, right? Oof. I think they started. Okay, ammo is hitting this ship now. Yeah, and red also is the one with the points. This is interesting. Yeah, pushing the enemy out of the point to capture the point, lol. Oof. Okay. You don't want to maneuver out of the point here. But 818 points and ticking. That should be a win for the red team. Okay. This is also the last game going on. Yes. Oh no, one more. Hopeless Platonic versus Space Ops. Also still on here. Interesting.
The enemy is securing zone
Ooh,
common.
lol. What happened there? What happened there? Gun turret still coming around. This game is wild. How did they... How do you leave this point... How did you leave this point open though? Red team, what is... Why did you leave C point? Lol. What the hell is this game? This is a wild one. Like, literally coming down.
The enemy secured zone common.
Oh boy, but... Do they capture enough points quickly enough now? This is... This is wild. The hell? Okay, gunshots coming in from point blank. But yeah, red team... Don't know how red team gave up C point. I'm not sure if they can capture it. Do two ships capture? I don't think that's how it works, right? You know. They have ships now in here. They have to push out the Prometheus. Be able to get the ticking. Let's see. Okay. Face up wins. And here. Are they not trying to push out the blue ship? Yeah, UNN wins. Let's go. UNN wins with time limit, as they were up early on enough. And here we go. Round 3 is online. Interesting ending to this game, but yeah. Yeah, they tried. It's not sure if I'm allowed to show this on here, but yeah. It's weird things that happened here. Here we go.
The enemy is securing zone common.
Here we go. GG. Exit to main menu. What a wild game. Yeah, the Heart of Fire did a good job with its missile. Guy in the morning, maybe a bit out of position. Heart of Fire dealing 20,000 damage, receiving 10,000. 23,000 damage by the big pirate, receiving 9,000. Yeah, both battleships still had quite a bit of stuff remaining on them, but interesting game. The beam destroyer's not doing jack. Like, it didn't deal any damage. But capture point game was a bit better on the UNN side. So that's what got the victory here. So yeah. This should be fun. This should be fun. What a wild game. What a wild game. Number 2. We'll go into round number 3. As there's... Yeah. Now, who is still 3-0? 2-0. Okay. Cabin crews captains and UNN. And V8 missiles like Rice are the ones with 3 wins. V8 missiles of Rice getting a free win. So, what's the matchup here? Cabin crews. Yeah. Short break, then we will go into the winners match. And we will go into Avora as the map. Avora, next map. Short break, then back with round number 3. See you all there.